Hello nieces, hello nephews, it's your Uncle Charles here and welcome back to my YouTube channel where we do unbiased price action analysis. And guys, I was sitting in my office, minding my business, listening to this amazing song by AC/DC. It's called DT. Shout out to Galactic, one of my Discord members, for putting this song out. Amazing song. Anyway, it's not about the song. It's about the amazing day we had in the stock market today. Shout out to Jerome Powell. But look at this big body green candle, guys. And we closed back above that 50% retracement level from all-time high down to October low. There's that 50% fib level at 414. And we closed above that again. Is today a bull trap, guys? Is today a bull trap? Well, guess what we're gonna do in today's video? We're gonna talk about the price action setups we need to watch out for in case it is a bull trap or in case it's not. All right, and of course, I'm gonna share with you how I traded this amazing yet crazy day. So let's prepare. All right, as far as how I traded in the intraday, okay, you guys can see here yesterday SPY was chopping. It didn't give no setups for the bulls, no setups for the bears. It was just a trappy day yesterday. Okay, I did not make a video yesterday because it was my daughter's birthday, so I was very busy after the market closed. I apologize about that. But today, guys, the market, it started off choppy, a little bit choppy. It hit that 408.5 level, support level that I had, and it bounced from there. You guys already know I had that critical 410.5 level, which was based on December high. Okay, I didn't really trade in the morning because usually when we have big catalyst days, the market has a tendency of chopping up until the catalyst time. Okay, whether CPI or FOMC. In today's case, it was the speech from Powell, that little interview thing, whatever you want to call it. Powell speaking today, and that served as a major catalyst. He spoke at 12:40. You guys can see here, that's when we broke out. Okay, that's when we broke out. So for anyone wondering, how do you trade chops, Uncle Charles? How do I trade chops? One, I don't trade chops, or I try to avoid trading chops. I just wait for the chop to let it happen and wait for the breakout or the breakdown. What I do during the chop, I identify the range, the chop range, and I wait for it to break out. It could take some time. It could take, really quick. It is what it is. You got to wait for the right setup. That's how I trade chops. Or if you decide to trade it, you be in scalp mode. Usually you long from the support of the chop range, or you short from the resistance of the chop range, but ultimately you want to scalp while it's in chop mode. Okay, but that's how I trade the chops. Anyways, so yeah, when Jerome Powell spoke, we broke out 410.5. We broke out the chop range, okay? Now, I missed that entry. Why did I miss that entry? Because it happened too damn fast. I missed it. However, from there, I knew, okay, chop range is broken. Okay, you see on this 15-minute candle, it closed above 410.5. 410.5 was now support, and 412 that I had up here was resistant. Okay, so when you miss one setup, what do I always say you do? You want to wait to catch the next one, and boom, it broke out 412. Very nice move, and it went all the way up to the 414 level, hit that level, and here's where it got very interesting. Okay, had a nice level move right there. Okay, level to level is crucial. Okay, I go for base hits. I play it level to level. I enter from one level, I exit to the next level. Okay, I don't let my greed take over. Okay, it's very hard. The greed will screw you over. Okay, so yeah, so nice level move from 412 to 414. All right, boom, took profits, and then from there I alerted in the group at 1:15 p.m. false breakout setup. False breakout setup. What do you do when there's a false breakout setup? You enter puts. And look at that breakdown of 414, and it gave us a nice, beautiful move as low as 47.5. Okay, false breakout. Okay, and what happened from there? From false breakout to false breakdown. Okay, this was also alerted in the group. Look to long if it recaptures to play the false breakdown setup. Okay, this was referring to the 410.5 level. Okay, you guys can see here we lost it. We lost 410.5 right there. Okay, and boom, we recaptured it, and it led to a beautiful move going as high as 416.5 is to end the day. Holy moly. From false breakout to false breakdown. I didn't play the false breakdown setup. I did play the 412 to 414, and then I did play the false breakout of 414 down to 48.5-ish. But I didn't play this false breakdown, but I didn't need to. All right? So, yeah. Beautiful, amazing day. Just playing the setup, just playing the price action, guys. You know what I mean? So, now that that's out the way, let's go to the daily chart. As you guys can see here, we recaptured that 50% fib level. Big question is this going to be another bull trap? Okay, now as far as my last video goes, I talked about in my last video how we had a false breakout setup from the 414 level. I'll go to the 4-hour chart. You can see more details on the 4-hour chart. But you can see here, this was last Friday when we broke back down the 414 level. Okay, we cleared 414 on Thursday, broke it back down on Friday, gave us a false breakout setup. And it did lead to a nice drop down to 47.5. So that's a $6 to $7 move to the downside if you just trade it and, you know, and secured profits at whatever comfortable level you did. Okay, however, today, you know, even though Jerome Powell, to me, he sounded hawkish, but we got a big pop to the upside and cleared 414. All right, so let me zoom out on this 4-hour chart real quick. Okay, you guys can see the rising wedge, okay, and my light blue line. You guys see the rising wedge. All right, and I had a flag. We was flagging over here. That's the white line right there. We was flagging, so we broke out the flag, recaptured 414, but we couldn't recapture or clear the rising wedge here. Okay, guys, so are we bullish? Well, I am not bullish or bearish. Uncle Chartis is a sheep. But what I will tell you is this. We got a breakout of 414 or recapture. That is entering tomorrow. Technically, it is bullish breakout entering tomorrow. Okay? But one breakout is not enough. There has to be follow through. So follow through for bulls tomorrow is to stay above 413.5 is lowest, or preferably, of course, above 414. All right, that's based on this little bull flag I got here. Right? Okay, bull case stays in play as long as SPY is above 414. All right, 415.5. 417, got an area liquidity around 417, 418.3-ish. Okay, that was a previous high back last Thursday. There's an area liquidity around 420-ish. All right, if we zoom, we scroll to the left, you guys can see we got some gaps here. So above 420, there is a gap around 421.7-ish. Okay, there's a gap at 421.7-ish. And there's also another gap around 427.48. Okay, so we do got a couple of gaps to the upside. All right, but those gaps will only possibly get filled if SPY can stay above 414 tomorrow. All right, now if SPY breaks back down 414, that will be another false breakout setup. You guys can see here on the 4-hour chart, if it cannot stay above 414 tomorrow, it will look like a lower high right here, breaking down 414, and maybe go back down and test 48.5 and maybe even go lower than 48.5, which is support of this rising wedge here. Maybe break down the rising wedge, guys. Okay, but the bear case starts tomorrow. If SPY can get below 414, I got levels at 412. That 410.5 level, December high, is very critical. Very critical level. Okay, remember, if we go to the monthly chart, I'm going to clear all my drawings. We have an inside monthly candle here, okay? December candle is the mother candle. January candle is the child candle, because the high and low of January candle is within the range of December highs and lows, okay? So breaking out above December high would be bullish for the SPY, especially when it's based on the monthly chart, okay? So that 410.5 is very critical. So if you're a bear, you do not want SPY to end February above 410.5. Okay, guys, you guys got my levels. Bull case, stays in play above 414. Bear case comes back in play below 414, but we'll need to see it clear some support levels starting with 412, 410.5, very critical, and 408.5. Okay, guys, let's move on to triple Q. Triple Q also giving us a breakout here and recapture this orange trend line that I have. And it managed to close back above the 61.8 fib level from August high down to October low, okay? So for tomorrow, the critical support for bulls is 306.3. Below 306.3 would be a false breakout. That will be a trigger for puts. We'll put 303.8 and 297.8-ish back in play. Below 297.8-ish would be a breakdown of this white trend line and would be very bearish. Okay, guys, but as long as above 306.3, sorry about my Discord members, guys. Somebody must really need to talk to Uncle. But yeah, above 306.3, the bull case stays in play. It's currently around 309-ish, so the next resistance is around 311.3. If that clears, would put 313.7 and 317-ish back in play. Okay, guys, IWM. It back tested the 78.6 fib level at 193.5. I would have turned bearish if that level was lost. It was below it intraday, but it bounced off the support trend line that I have. This white trend line have multiple tests of it as support. Today it held as well, and it managed to stay above that 78.6 fib level at 193.5. So as long as above that level, I'm bull bias on IWM. Next resistance at 196.5. Must clear to put 199 and 202 back in play. Okay, 196 clears, 199 and 202 is back in play. Okay, get bearish below 193.5. Tesla is over here. It's still basing. It's building a base here. It's chopping sideways, but we do have a hammer candle today. 199 is a critical resistant level. If Tesla want to see more upside, clear 199. And we could see more upside up to 203.5, 210, and maybe all the way back up to 216.5, okay? To get bearish, there's a critical support at 190. Break down 190. We can go test 184. Below 184, I would swing puts, and I would target 180 and 176, okay? Below 176 would be very bearish. Putting 170... let's see, 170, 166.5, and 162-ish back in play, okay? So above 190 could trigger more upside. Below 190, above 199 could trigger more upside. Below 190 could trigger more downside. Anything between that zone is chop range, okay? Apple, it managed to clear another critical resistance level at 153.7-ish, okay? So next resistance at 155 and 157. If you can clear 157, we'll put 160.5 back in play. If 153.5 fail as support tomorrow, that is a false breakout, and it could trigger more downside down to 150.6, 148, and there's a gap around the 146.5 to 145-ish zone, all right? DXY chopping a bit here, okay? This a critical level at 103.4, okay? It needs to clear that. Right now, it cleared it yesterday, and it's trying to break it down today. So it could have a false breakout setup if it closed below 103.4. All right, so get above 103.4, and it could still look bullish for the DXY. If it closed back below, watch out. That's a false breakout, okay? VIX, testing that orange trend line. Let me thicken this orange trend line. Okay, this down trend line is, you know, respected multiple times. Respected as resistant again today. I can't get bullish on VIX unless it can break out that orange trend line. That means getting above 19.8 to put 22 and 23.5 back in play, okay? As long as below that, I'm going to assume the bears are in control. You know, the price action is bearish for VIX just because of that down trend line, all right? Let's end this with the option flow. Filter for 500K premiums or above, okay? 52% into calls, 48% in the puts. All right, very interesting. It's pretty mixed. We're seeing a mixture of calls and puts, but something that does stick out to me is this sweep order for over 6.2 million in premium, 10,000 in size. They entered puts around the 414.29 level with a 395 strike price. However, they do have time for April 21st. Just, it's interesting that they think around these levels are a good time to enter. So we'll have to see how it plays out. But that is worth mentioning. That is a pretty aggressive play in my opinion. Triple Q, 92% in the put. So despite the upside moves, you're seeing a lot of big money still bet into the downside for Triple Q. Now, we're seeing these very aggressive puts coming in. These are block orders, but this one is a sweep order, but it's 280 strike price for puts. Heavy in size, over 5,000. This one's over 13 and over 12,000 there. Okay, 280 strike price for June 16th. All right. Let's see. IWM. Here we go. 89% into puts for IWM. Tesla. 84% in the puts for Tesla, guys. So big money is still bearish on the market. Apple, 86% in the calls. Now that's different. Apple's a market moving stock, but despite that 86% in the calls, okay, you see a sweep order over 1.5 million, over 5,000 in size. 152.5 strike price. Okay, they entered around 154 February 10th. All right. So yep, that's a short-term one. It's not gonna be valid, in the coming days. Pretty soon, maybe they even cast out on that already. Okay, and let's finish this with the VIX. 77% for calls for the VIX. All right, guys. I hope you guys found value in this video. Trade it like a sheep. That's the uncle's way. And if you want, more content from me, please consider joining my Discord or subscribing to my Substack. Peace.